Hi there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm delving back into the undersea world of Spongebob SquarePants. Now, in the past, I have reviewed a lot of fan favourite episodes or bizarre gems, but this time round, I thought I would tackle a notorious episode, one of the most hated in the series, to see if it's unfairly treated. Now, up until the viewing of this video, I have not watched the Splinter in well over a decade, so I couldn't remember a lot of the intricate details, just the cringy gross out shots. So, given Spongebob and Squidward's dynamic, I was expecting Spongebob to do something significant to bother him, but objectively, he doesn't do anything too bad by his standards. While I appreciate this episode takes place during Season 6, a point of the show known for its poor characterization and a lack of real plot, I still expected more. I figured the opening set piece leading up to the Splinter would relate to Spongebob causing Squidward distress, but that wasn't the case. This plot choice is very mean-spirited of Squidward. Yes, Spongebob is a dense plank of wood here, but it still feels over the top. Like, clearly Mr. Krabs isn't going to send Spongebob home and lose money. Squidward would likely know this, so it just feels like he's tormenting Spongebob with no real goal other than to upset him. Which is an objective change to all the Squidward torture this era is known for, but it still doesn't make for good storytelling. Ignoring the Splinter as a plot tool too, this episode is horrible because of how it depicts the main characters. SpongeBob gaining a Splinter isn't really a plot either. If this was a short 3 or 4 minute episode like Season 5 has, then yeah. If it was almost like a monologue of SpongeBob dealing with it, then it could work. I think the writers knew just how bare bones this was too. The build-up to him receiving the Splinter was so over the top and boring to watch. I think they were trying to subvert audience expectation with the swords, but that gag is ruined when the episode title is The Splinter. Even with this nothingy concept, the episode still could have had some value if it were funny, but it just isn't. I'm so confused by the comedy here. The majority of it is gross out humour, which isn't really my thing. Even as a young child, I have just never enjoyed that sort of humour, so as an adult, it's especially harder to sit through and watch. While all other kinds of jokes here just don't land, the crushing your face joke is the most awkwardly placed thing I have ever seen in media.
Looks like I'm crushing your face.
It feels like it belongs in a sketch show. I don't understand the point of it. Patrick too is the worst here, which again isn't surprising as Patrick is arguably the worst character on the show by this point. They shoehorn him into the plot to make the Splinter wound worse. Again, this just screams padding to me. He pours rubbish all over the Splinter thinking it will help for some reason and then just leaves like that.
Horrible!
The thing is, Squidward and Mr. Krabs' characterization is all over the place here, so I could easily believe that one of them would pour the rubbish over it too. I'm not the only person who has problems with this episode. I took to IMDb and found a few reviews. I will keep the identities anonymous, but this is what they said. The Splinter is a disgusting experience filled with vomit-worthy imagery and a filler-reliant story. Overall, even kids who are such crazy SpongeBob fans are bound to get traumatized by this one. When I was 5, I watched the first part of this episode and was horrified by the Splinter. Ever since then, the image of the Splinter coming out of the flesh has been deeply ingrained in my brain. This episode and a few episodes from this season demonstrate why Season 6 is when SpongeBob took a turn for the worse. Look, I genuinely wanted this episode to be overhated and at best tolerable, but that wasn't the case. I can quite confidently say this is one of the worst episodes of the entire show. The episode is a Splinter that needs to be removed as it's damaging the show. Well, that's just my thoughts. I would love to hear what you all think in comments down below. If you enjoyed what you saw, could you please hit that like button and subscribe? It will really help my channel continue to grow. Please stay close as I try to post new videos as often as possible.